So here, the membership is the most important part. I want to tell the system that I have 100 students. What will you tell the system? It will ask you for the number of groups. Do you want to specify the number of students per group or the number of groups? For example, if you say 10 students in each group and there are 100 students, it will automatically create 10 groups. Or you can say you want 10 groups. If you have, say, 70 students, it will create 7 groups. So if you specify that you want all the students I have here in the class to be divided into 7 groups, it will take the number and distribute them into 7 groups. Now, if I specify that I want 10 in each group, it will take the number and put 10 in each group, and then it will know. In each group, since there are 100 students, it will form 10 groups. Or you can say you want 10 groups. If you have 70 students, it will create 7 groups. So if you ask for all the students I have here in the class to be divided into 7 groups, it will distribute them into 7 groups. Now, if I ask for 10 in each group, it will put 10 in each group, and then it will know how many groups there will be based on what you specify. Now, in this course, I only have 6 students. So I might say I want 2 students in each group. So if you ask for all the students I have here in the class to be divided into 7 groups, it will distribute them into 7 groups. Now, if I ask for 10 in each group, it will put 10 in each group, and then it will know how many groups there will be based on what you specify. Now in this course, I only have 6 students, so I might say I want 2 students in each group. It will easily create 3 groups for me. Now the next point is about how to handle remaining members. What does that mean? Let's see. It will tell you how many groups there are based on what you specify. Now, in this course, I only have 6 students, so I might say I want 2 students in each group. So how many groups will it create for me? Since I have 6 students, it will automatically create 3 groups without any problem. I hope this point is clear. Now, the next point is about how to handle remaining members. What does that mean? Let's take a look at this part. Remaining members here means that I have 6 students. Let's assume I had 7 students instead of 6. When I have 6, it's easy. I want 2 in each group, so it creates 3 groups, and everything is fine. But what if I have 7? If I want 2 in each of the 3 groups, that leaves me with 1 remaining student. It creates how many groups for us? I have 6 students. It will create 3 groups. I hope this is clear. Now, the next point is about handling remaining members. What does it mean? Let's see. Remaining members here means, assume I had 7 students, not 6. With 6, it was easy. I wanted 2 in each group, creating 3 groups. All was fine. But now I have 7. Wanting 2 in each group leaves 1 student. What does the system do with the extra student? The system offers 3 options. It suggests distributing the remaining members. What does it mean? Now, with 1 extra student, the system, I have 6 students. Imagine I had 7. With 6, I made 3 groups of 2. Now, with 7, 2 in each of 3 groups leaves 1 extra. Since I specified 2 per group, what happens to the extra student? The system offers 3 options. Distribute the extra. The system places the extra student randomly in a group. He joins a group, making 1 group of 3. Option 2, add him to his own group. This creates a 4th group for him. Since I specified to the system to put 2 in each group, what will happen to that extra one, the 7th student? The system gives me 3 options. It tells you to distribute the remaining members among the groups. What does that mean? It means that now, with that 1 extra student, the system will automatically place him randomly into one of the 3 groups. So he won't be alone. He will be in a group with 2, in another group with 2, and in the last group, there will be 3. The second option is to add the member to their own group. What does that mean? It means that now I have 3 groups, and each group must have 2. The system will create a 4th group and place the 7th student in it. It will automatically place him randomly into one of the 3 groups. So he won't be alone. He will be in a group with 2, in another group with 2, and in the last group, there will be 3. Now the second option is to add the members to their own group. What does that mean? It means that now I have 3 groups, and each group must have 2. The system will create a 4th group and place the 7th student in it. He'll be alone, so I'll have 4 groups now. Or the third option is to add the members manually. So as a teacher, the system is telling you that you can manually add that 7th student to the groups. You can choose any of the 3 groups and add him in such a way that the group you add him to will have 3 members instead of 2. This is specifically for this part. If there's any issue with it, or if there's anything unclear, please let me know. Look, any of the 3 groups, okay? You add him in such a way that when you add him to that group, their numbers will be 3, not 2. This is regarding this specific part. If there's any issue with it, or if there's anything unclear, please let me know. Click send and observe. Initially there was 1 group. Then I made group numbers. I added 1, 2, 3, 3 groups, 2 students each, randomly assigned, students unknown. Keep in mind, the first group I created was just 1. When I made the unit of groups, I added 1, 2, 3, creating 3 groups, each with 2 students. I instructed it to do this randomly, so I don't know which students are in each group, but they are created. I go to the group, open it, and check. In group 1, the system placed student 5 and student 7. Now, if I check group 2, we're going to add 2, add 3. I made 3 groups. Why? as I instructed randomly. It has created them. What now? I go to the group like this, you can see it, and I open the group. Upon opening, student 5 and student 7. Checking group 2. Group 2 has student 4 and 8. Open each group to see members. Why this method? What do? I come to the group and I open what's called open the group. I open the group and then I see what happens when I open the group. You see what happened. Student 5 and student 7. I found out that in group 1, the system placed student 5 and student 7. Now, if I go back and check group 2, here, I open group 2. When I open the group, what did the system do? You notice that in group 2, it placed student 4 and student 8. The members of the group are student 4 and student 8. You have to open each group to see which students are in it. This is the first way to create the groups. Why did we do this? So that when you go to the assignments to create the task, you can set up the assignment as we did before. Here I open group 2. When I opened the group, what did the system do? You can see everyone that in group 2, it placed student 4 and student 8. So the members of the group are student 4 and student 8. You have to open each group to see which students are in it. This is the first way to create the groups. So why did we do this? So that when you go to the assignments to create the task, you can set up the assignment just like we did last time. We gave a name to the assignment so that when you go to the assignments to create the task, you can set up the assignment just like we did last time. Let's give a name to the assignment. Let's call it, for example, assignment for group number 2. So we can create an assignment for group number 2 or group number 2. Let's say, for example, group number 2. Okay. Then you will come and of course write the acknowledgements. No problem at all. After that, you will scroll down to the submission details. When we were submitting last time, at the very beginning, we chose to submit for a group. When you choose to submit for a group, the groups will appear for you. So now you can select the group you like. You choose the group. Like if I choose, for example, assignment group number 1, these are the students in this group only who will have this assignment. I can create another assignment for the students, for example, in group number 3. The assignment is very different, and we can create a completely different assignment for group number 2. The important thing is that we take assignment group number 1 and click on it, then select it with the arrow on the left to move it here, indicating that this is the only group that will be assigned this task. So we click like this, and it has been moved, and we confirmed that it has been moved. Now, we come to the number of attempts. You will give how many attempts, as we said before. Let's assume it's 1 attempt or 2 attempts, whatever you prefer. Then you come to check the save assign, which is for citations and plagiarism. You will check that, and then you will set the display options in a way that you find suitable, which is the availability. After that, you click on the send button, but we haven't set the possible points yet. For example, let's say 5 points, and then we say send. So we created the groups and set up the assignment. Now, let's go to the grading center. I know this is a bit lengthy, but we need to see it in detail in order to thoroughly understand it. Let's head to the grading center and go to the last column to carefully check out the specific part. I want you to notice, I mentioned this particular mark before. What is it? What does the mark indicate? If you focus with me or follow along, yes, what does this mark mean? It means that when we specified that assignment number 2 is only for this student, we give this student a blue color. This student and this student. But the rest here confirmed with a mark that they are not participants. They are not in the group, and they are not required to submit this assignment. They are not participants. They are not required to submit this assignment. Who will submit the assignment? The one who will submit the assignment is student 8, who is in the group assigned the task, and student 7. So only student 7 or student 8 will submit. So these are the only members of the group who are assigned this task. Is there anything unclear for you so far? Because I'm going to send the assignment I'll send the assignment and let the students submit it, or just one of them will submit it, and you'll see the idea.